Hello and welcome to this demo of Kadestack. What will be the first steps that you need to do on your new site in order to get it operational and in with the design like you wish. So let's go through this. It might take a while because I will go through quite thoroughly each one of the plugins that are installed. So let's take it one by one. First, I would say that when you come to the site front end, it will look like this. There will be no content except the WordPress content, which you will take away, of course, and substitute with new things. On the back end, on the admin area, you can see what we have loaded. Let's look at the plugins from beginning. And as you can see, I have activated all the plugins that are according to the specification. This is a full site with additional upgrade plugins installed. If you have chosen not to add on the upgrade plugins, it will look a little bit different. There will be some of these plugins missing. And what I will say also is that on this site is the Cadence theme installed. With its Pro plugin. So there is no child theme actually installed. You can do that if you want, but it's very easy. You can download it from Cadence WP site, or you can ask me and I will install a child theme for you. Child theme can be good, as you know, for if you want to do changes without those changes being overwritten when the theme is getting updated. So the first thing you should do here, what you should know is that I have set up a user for you, an admin user. And this admin user is created with an email inside your hosting package. I will not show that for you now, you will find it yourself. Actually, I will show it a little bit later. And let's look at the users. So the user you have is this, in this case, an admin user, and I will leave myself there for a while, but it's up to you if you want to delete me or not later on. It's your site, so you decide who will have access or not. So the first thing I sincerely recommend is that you set up the legal pages, and the legal pages you have very good help with a Fresh Start plugin, VP Fresh Start, and there is a little bit different. There are quick settings, but they're a little bit different if you are in Europe and need a GDPR or not. So they are a little bit different. So either you start with a quick start setting here. That means that you have to probably go back into for the GDPR, but you will find out when you are into this. I will not start this process because it's very important that you do this yourself. There are a lot of things you can do with this, but I suggest you read the support instructions for it if you have any doubts. Otherwise, the quick settings are quite informative. It shouldn't, and intuitive. It shouldn't be any big problem for you. And when that is ready, in principle, you can start to play around with the site as much as you wish. So let's go through the plugins, and there are some things you have to add to these plugins in order to make them work correctly. In video stack pages there are nothing to add actually. There might be, on most of these video pages you need to add your own YouTube API key, and there are several instructions how to find this, so I will not go into detail about this now. There are actually tutorials here also, as you can see. And that is the same for instant video posts, which you find under posts. here you enter. You can use the same API key for all of these settings. So here you enter this and click Save Changes. And gift machine, there is nothing to add. Then under media you have a lot of additions. The Video Premiere Pro, which is here I'm not sure if you need to. I don't think that you need to. I don't think that you need to add any YouTube API here. But for a video streamer which use a Dropbox, you have to connect your Dropbox here. The video thumb inspector, for sure you will need the YouTube API here. The WP image drop, the same thing, you will need your API. You will have several API. Unsplash API for this one, not for this is not for YouTube API. This is for Unsplash, and you will easily find that. And then you have the video add-on, which was added just a couple of days ago. And here you, I don't think you need any. I don't think you need any API for this. Affiliate pages, no API. Just go in and create your pages directly. Instant VSL, you will need API. Actually, it seems like not, no. You will not need YouTube API for this one. For the API Business Finder, you will need a Yelp app. And this is instructions how you make this here. Very easy. Then you add your Yelp client ID and AP key. Affiliate links, you don't need any additional API. I hope. Actually, you need to connect your if you need to connect Facebook app, you should do it here, and your affiliate links for ClickBank, JVSO and Warrior Plus. Video stacks. No API needed. Affiliate videos the same, there shouldn't be any API. RankMath, which is the open version, free version. I suggest you go through the setup wizard here. And it means that here you will put all the information about your site and also the Open Graph settings for the social media. Sorry. And you can switch on different modules here. It's very important that you put the titles and meter for the, so you get the correct, for example, you get a correct image thumbnail, so it will look nice when you share links from here. Of course, you add this also on each of your pages and posts which you create. But it's good to have something general for the site if you should forget it, or if you just put links to the site itself. Pretty links, there is nothing to configure. Cadence, everything is ready, but what I want to say is that when you have settled the legal pages, the next step would be to make your site look nicer, and that means to add one of the, well, it could mean you could do it of course without any starter templates, but in principle it would mean that you import a starter template, and here you can choose among those templates. Please note that this site now is loaded with Kadestack. You know that there is an option for Astra, and if you load Astra and Elementor, you will have more than 150 different starter templates to choose from. So this is something that you have to ask when you register your domain and hosting package. You have to ask me in your support ticket if you want Astra also installed. Then you can have that too. Where are we? We are in the social feeds. This is an upgrade. But here are actually a lot of, all the licenses should be there. If they are not, you have to tell me and I will come and install the licenses. You see they are active here. But for each one of this, you have to add your information, and it's everything is described here. They are very well documented help. So you just go through that for every social feed. And for YouTube, of course, you will need your API key. You can use the same API key for everything here. Stack cache, I remembered talked about a lot in the startup videos when we measured speed and so on. But this is a special plugin which always should be this. You shouldn't take away, because this regulates a whole optimization, which I will show you later, which you do inside your hosting package. And the only thing is to remember here, if you do some big updates, actually I will do one thing directly here. And that is, we will add the admin area as it will not be cached. Meaning that when you work in the admin area, you will see the changes immediately. If you want to disable stack cache while you are doing some developments, you can do it here, and then just remember to enable it again. Otherwise, normally you don't need it, but you need to purge the cache here when you have done any changes. One-click blog post. As you know, this pick up things from YouTube, and you actually don't need any API for this. FB link magic, nothing else needed. You can go through this by yourself. Post blocks, also nothing needed. The licenses are added. Post blocks are those ready-made templates, or yeah, you can say block templates, looking like news magazine layout sites. WP auto content. Well, here you have a lot to add if you want to use this in full. Let's look at the settings. YouTube API, all the APIs for Vimeo, it's for everything that you will pull information from, that you will curate content from. You have to add your APIs. It's not a big problem. Of course, some of this you have to have accounts on. And if you don't, then you can't use them. So that was only for content. Then you have for images. You have for social, if you want to add your apps. Pinterest. No, Google Plus, of course, you will not use if you are not a corporate user. Your affiliate links or affiliate codes. If you have any spinners, you add them here. And don't forget to put the cron jobs setting. I will show you that in a separate video about hosting administration. So for what happened here? So for WP Auto content, a lot to add on. Fresh Start we've been through. Tag Machine, there are actually only a few settings. Tag Machine is the one who adds automatic tagging. This you can go through by yourself and put what you want, how you want it to work. Cadence blocks, it's you have to learn this yourself, but there's really not much settings to do. Well, actually there might be. You see you have all of, actually everything is activated here, so it's nothing to add there. Defender Pro. There is a problem with the malware scanning. If you want to have a better malware scanning, you can use a separate plugin for that. Otherwise you have everything you need in the Defender Pro. Child Builder, it's this interesting thing that is special for Cadence Pro, which makes it possible for you to create and sell child theme templates for different niches. This can be a whole business model by itself. I think I've been through everything. There was one thing I wanted you to notice. No, I can't find it here. That's the Cadence Pro. Let's see if that became installed or not. The Cadence Pro theme, which is installed like a plugin. Cadence Pro Premium. So here should be, just wonder where we'll find that. It's probably here. Yeah, here we have the Pro add-ons. So I suggest that you switch on all of this, especially the header add-ons, so you get more options for header. And here is if you want to add footer and header scripts, and that's you do this when with the customizer from the front end. Hooked elements you definitely will need when you become a little bit more advanced. If you have WooCommerce, you should add that. If you want to add infinitive scroll for archives, inclusive the blog page, you do that here. This is a good thing to do, to add the local gravatars to load them to the server. And this can also be useful. But remember, this takes some kind, it degrades the optimization a little bit, the performance. In principle, that was it. This became a quite long video, but there are many plugins. I will make a separate video, I think, if you are not using or if you didn't choose to add on the upgrades, because then there are a lot of the plugin here which you don't have. So that's about it. And when you have done all this, the site will look nice, and we will look into the backend area. As you can see now, there is already something done for it, and that is the HTTPS is added. And as I said, I have also added one email for you, and you will get all of that in the reply to your ticket when you ask to have this set up for you. You will get the login information. I would just mention one thing about your admin area for the hosting. It's not a cPanel as you might have seen from the previous. And this, I would say, is better, but here you can order additional hosting if you want. You have the help desk, which goes to me, not to 20i, because all support goes through me first. Normally I can help you with a lot of things because I gathered some experience of 20i, how it works by now. But the most important here is probably how to get into your account. So in the client area you have, first of all, here you can order more things if you want. Normally not needed because SSL is included. The domains you can only have more if you order additional hosting packages, because this hosting package which you have, it can have only one domain. The timeline is included already, and here you can upgrade to VPS or just few additional services we have. You can also here change your payment methods for if you want to make any additional orders. But the most important here is your hosting package. And this is how it looks like. In this case, this user has only one package. He is like a Kadestack subscriber. Actually, he is not, but he is a full subscriber, but it doesn't matter in this sense. So this is the control panel. And you will notice that it doesn't look like a cPanel, but you will very quickly find yourself at home here. It has everything you need. One thing I want to show you is the time. Well, actually, no. If I start to do this, I will get stuck here all night. The thing is that if you lock yourself out, or if you want to do some basic things without logging into WordPress, you have some direct access to some things from this panel. Otherwise, you just go into the admin area like this. No, I'm logged in, so I will go directly. I will get directly in. If you are not logged in, you have to do it. File manager, of course, important. The email accounts, and as I said, I've already set you up with one email account, and you can add as many as you like. It's very intuitive. If you don't want to have full emails, you can use email forwarders, which is the simplest way. There's even a primitive autoresponder system, and in principle the email boxes here are extremely useful. You can even enter your domain keys. And of course, another thing which is important to have here is also the scheduled tasks, which is now very easy. It's very much like cPanel nowadays. It was a little bit more complicated before. But scheduled tasks you use a lot for the outer content. Then you use, maybe if you do something with email, you also use the DNS setup here, which is also very easy. If you would like to use Gmail, for example, you can install automatic G Suite or even Office here. Otherwise, you just usual way you add your DNS here. Right. Okay, I understand this is a lot. Probably you have to divide this into smaller sections. Anyhow, I will post this as it is, and you will have a chance to go through it and get started with your Kadestack site as quick as possible. Thank you for watching, and you know where to find me if you have any kind of questions.